Let's say I told you guys, I was like, oh, look, the Super Mario 3D All-Stars is getting announced on September 3rd, Thursday, right? I'd be obviously boxed into a corner there because I just said the exact day, the title, all of this stuff, right? So it turns out that Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the rumor for it, were correct. It looks like we are getting a compilation of 3 different 3D Mario games. And there's a lot to go over with this collection, so I wanted to kind of break it off from Newswave because there are quite a few questions around it and things to go over. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you like it down below. Oh, and if you missed Newswave, go check it out. It got buried pretty quickly because we had some big-time announcements earlier today with the Mario Direct. We'll go over the entirety of the Direct tomorrow morning in Newswave, but for now, I just wanted to focus on the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. So yes, it was revealed earlier today. It was the last thing in that Direct, and they kind of went over all the different features and some of the new things in here, but for the most part, it's the 3D Mario games just thrown into one package, and you could pick it up and play through them. And from what I can see online, people are very excited for this, and maybe just because there's a lot of value. Maybe you're someone who didn't get a chance to play Sunshine, or maybe you missed Galaxy. There's a lot of reasons you could want this, but the biggest one that I think people are going to want this for is because it is limited. Yes, it is a strange thing, but we're going to go over that here as well. So let's go over to Nintendo's page here. This is the page they have set up currently to kind of showcase some of the screenshots and the key art and everything at the top. The one thing that kind of caught me a little off guard because we're so close to it is that it comes out September 18th. It is going to come out in about 2 weeks. That is very, very soon. That is not normal at all. It's very clear that 2020 is all over the place right now. I don't think anyone is doubting that, especially with some of these reveals that are happening very, very close to the release date. But 2 weeks, that is the closest I think I've ever seen something like this from Nintendo for something this large for them. Obviously, they wanted to try to put it out closer to the Mario anniversary, right? The 35th anniversary for this month. So there we are, September 18th. It's only going to be sold up until the end of March. Now, keep in mind, that is the end of Nintendo's current fiscal year. And most likely, there are a few reasons for this. Now, you might say, oh, well, they're just going to stop the physical print. All right, I guess they'll do that limited edition for now. No, they're going to delist it. It'll be gone digitally. If you have purchased it, you'll be able to re-download it, but you will not be able to go onto the Nintendo eShop and buy it after March 31st of 2021. It's very strange, but it is a very Nintendo thing to do. Let's be honest here, right? We saw how fast the Super Nintendo Classic and the Nintendo Classic were selling, and then they just got discontinued like out of nowhere. That is hardware, though. This is them actually delisting something that is digital. It's strange, but there are 2 reasons I could really come up with here for why Nintendo is going to do this from Nintendo's point of view. One, they know, like us, and one of the reasons people didn't believe this was an actual thing is because with all of the Mario games and the 3D Mario games and the Mario IPs all jammed into a collection, there is a lot of value here. Like, it's one thing for like the Mario All-Stars, right, where it's all 2D Mario games. These are fairly large 3D Mario games all in one package for $60. There's a lot of value there. There's a lot of game to play here. People love games like Galaxy or 64 or Sunshine, and it's all going to come on one cartridge or in one download. So Nintendo's probably looking at that and saying, yeah, there's a lot of value there. They're very protective of their IPs, and they like to try to keep the value up. So most likely they're like, we'll let this thing run for 6 months to celebrate Mario's anniversary, and then it's out. We're pulling it down, because there's always a chance that they could fall back on Mario 64 as something they would use to prop up Nintendo Online service getting Nintendo 64. So let's say this time next year, they're going to bring Mario 64 out to the Nintendo 64 online service that is joining the Switch Online. Well, that's the only way you can really get it then, because they delisted it. Like, Nintendo, I'm sure, is also thinking further ahead when it comes to this. Who knows, maybe 3 generations from now, Mario Sunshine will get added to the GameCube section, and it works because they don't have Mario 3D All-Stars for sale anymore. Is it annoying? Yes. For us, absolutely, because it'll be frustrating to think that, oh, after the 31st of March, you won't find it in stores, which means it will also jump heavily in price on eBay and Amazon and any place people can resell it, and you can't even get it digitally if you want. It's really annoying, yes. But that also means that if you're a collector, you're going to want to scoop one of these up very quickly. And I would even recommend leaving it sealed. It's one of those kind of games for your collection. Leave it sealed, get a digital copy as well before it runs up, and then play that one. So that would probably be the best bet for anyone who is looking to complete a Switch collection or just keep building on top of it. Now, as for the games themselves, I do have some questions here when it comes to this. Most of it is for Sunshine. I am curious how Sunshine is going to work. They also put out a lot of information. It's 4.8 gigabytes. That makes sense because they have Galaxy and Sunshine in there. They all seem to have been ported. I mean, Mario 64 could be emulated, but it looks like they have button prompts that are changed to match the Switch, obviously. Right away, you can see it because it's like press the plus button, right, when you start it up. So I have some questions mostly about Sunshine. Like, the screenshots look good, right? They visually, I think these are going to look really, really good on the Switch, especially in handheld mode. But like Sunshine, the colors and everything seem to pop off the screen very well. I'm curious about how Flood is going to work because we don't have access to an analog trigger on the Switch. So they would have had to have revised that in some way. And there's a few things they could do, I guess, but we'll see when it comes out how they did that. Now, it does look like they definitely ported Sunshine because we have some, if we go over here, we have some resolutions that were confirmed. So from what we've seen, Games Talk confirmed that Super Mario 64 is 960 by 720. That makes sense because it's basically going to be like the square in the middle of your screen. We saw that when they were showing the trailer of the gameplay and all of that. But Mario Sunshine is 1920 by 1080, 1280 by 720. So it's just native resolution there. Sunshine out of these three is going to look really, really good. And then Mario Galaxy is up to 1920 by 1080. That tells me that there is a chance that there will be a dynamic resolution in play for Mario Galaxy. That seems weird, I know, but it's hard to say at this time if the resolution will change or if that's just part of their PR just to cover all of their bases there. Same with handheld mode, up to 1280 by 720. Now, I don't know if cutscenes ran in different resolutions. Maybe that's why they're saying that. Again, I'm sure we'll get Digital Foundry's take on it in 2 weeks when the game comes out. I think the box art looks really, really good as well, where it has the three Marios here. And obviously, Sunshine right in the middle. Like, come on, right? Look at that, dead center. But yeah, the box art looks good, as I would expect it, representing all three Mario games there. It's going to sell really, really well for the holidays as long as everything remains in stock. This is a game that I could see selling out immediately. I saw Best Buy went up with like pre-orders. It's going to be hard to say if they can fill all of those because apparently they got hit kind of hard. I'm hoping that like GameStop will have pre-orders going up soon. Amazon, I'd like to just grab it on Amazon because I'm going to leave it sealed either way. And I think I'm going to get a digital copy to play. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm going to jump into Sunshine first just so I can check out how everything works with the controls and Flood. But then from there, I'll probably go into Galaxy. It looked great on the Wii, especially if you played it like through like component cables or anything. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it on the Switch. Mario Sunshine will have widescreen. Mario 64 is going to look like just an upscaled Nintendo 64 game from what I can tell, but it's still very fun. I do also like that they have all of like the music and everything kind of separated to where you can just listen to it if you want. It says, let's do a total of 175 iconic tunes from all three games. They showed that where it was like a soundtrack menu that you go through and you just press A and you play different songs from each game. I think that's a really cool idea. They also have the Joy-Cons that will work with something like Galaxy, and it does have co-op enabled for that as well. So a lot of really cool things they did here. I kind of would have liked to have seen them do a little more, maybe add some extra content or something to it. Again, we haven't actually played them or seen the reviews or anything like that yet, so they could have hidden something in the games. But to go a little further, maybe do something with Mario 64 where they added a co-op mode to that, maybe added some extra stuff to Sunshine or Galaxy. But for the most part, I think I'm pretty happy with what we have here, and I'm looking forward to picking it up in 2 weeks. Wow. 2020 really is all over the place for us, isn't it? So after the 3D collection was shown, there was something that people noticed pretty quickly, even in the compilation at the end, which is that Mario Galaxy 2 was like nowhere to be found. I mean, Nintendo didn't even recognize it. They didn't talk about it, nothing. And my take on that is I think Nintendo has other plans for Mario Galaxy 2. My feeling is that they're going to treat it like a Wii U port, for example, and they'll just bring it over with extra content. They'll pretty it up. They'll make it look a bit better. And yes, they'll probably shoot for $60 on that game on its own. It has such high critical acclaim. People really like that game, say that it's the best 3D Mario game ever made. So Nintendo, I feel like, wants to lean a bit more into that one, maybe do some more work to it and put it out as its own release at some point. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection down below. Very curious. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.